and welcome back to the Ironclad Lion channel. I'm happy, and you know why that is? Because today is a lovely day. On the 12th of June 2021, for the first time in North America, the NA West Imperial Restorationists held a capital city, Agolia, the entire season. Now, 2 months later, on the 13th of August, we are officially the Guardians of the Realm. I was greeted this morning by a delightful message on Discord from Bloodcast, the new community manager for Conqueror's Blade, informing me that we were to receive the Guardian of the Realm title after a formal meeting with the developers. NA West cohorts will now find in their inbox this message that reads, "The permanent title, Guardian of the Realm, was intended to be a reward for Imperial Restorationists who aided in the defense of a regional capital and also successfully defended Tyrol Varos in the final territory war of Season 7. However, due to unclear criteria, we are happy to reward your efforts with this title as an exception." I honestly couldn't believe it. I was jumping up and down, screaming at the top of my lungs. I was so happy. I've been fighting to get this title for the cohorts for a solid month now, and there it was, sitting in my inbox. I was so happy. Hold on. Hey babe! I love you! Yeah! So here it is, guys and gals, Guardian of the Realm. For holding a capital city, or for preventing the rise of a new hegemon. Awarded for valor and exemplary wartime conduct. I realize we didn't win the territory war in quotes, but considering just how difficult it is to organize the cohorts, shout out to Alros, and accomplish something of this scale, I consider this a win for the underdogs. Now I want to thank everyone, and I mean everyone, for their contribution in this process. Starting with our best friend, Arthur. As many of you didn't know, that support conversation continued past my last video. So as it turns out, we, as cohorts, were expected to not only defend Agolia, but also prevent free houses from acquiring the Hegemon title, and also defend Tyrol Varos at the same time. We also had to participate in the final battle for the capital, which was never stated, as that only came up once we were well into our support conversation. All things considered, this was a grossly miscommunicated title. If we are meant to defend multiple capitals at once, it should damn well say so in writing. While the official statements say that we misconstrued their official statement, I strongly disagree. Do I have to pull out this again? I really hope not. So in the conclusion of this event, I'd like to give my feedback. Yes, our issue has been resolved. Am I satisfied with customer support service? Hell no. My game support is the worst support I've ever seen for any game I've ever played in my life. This support actively did everything they could to prevent the resolution of this issue. How many times did I have to contact my game's customer service to have my problem resolved? I don't even know, because this has been going for a month straight at this point, and 3+ doesn't even begin to describe my disappointment. Based on my most recent experience with customer service, I wouldn't recommend this pain and suffering to any of my friends. I do hope they have a great day, because you know what? It's a lovely day. The results came back from the Battle Cry competition, and look at this first place entry. All he has to do is let out a manly exhale, and he's got my vote. Absolutely deserves first place in my book. Then there's this guy. All he did was really yell passionately. I guess that's what happens when you have to deal with a terrible support team for weeks straight, but I'm done with all that nonsense now. I'd like to focus on all the positivity that the community brought throughout this process. I was so impressed and grateful for all of you sticking up for the cohorts. It's really humbling, and together, we can accomplish great things. To all those that told me this effort was hopeless, you never know until you try. Thank you to Drew and the community managers who helped push this issue all the way to the development team. Your efforts are wholesomely appreciated. Thank you to all the houses from both NA West and beyond that helped share our story with the player base. Thank you to my wife, who puts up with me yelling at the top of my lungs during territory wars and brings me beer and snacks. And thank you most of all to my fellow cohorts for not giving up hope and standing shoulder to shoulder with me, both on the walls of Agolia and guarding the realm with me in Season 8. It's been one hell of a ride, and I'm glad I can finally relax and not have to worry about this issue anymore. I'm just so damn happy right now. I plan on drinking with the cohorts tonight and celebrating this victory. If it's one thing I want to make absolutely sure, it's that the defense of Egolia is never forgotten. To be absolutely transparent, I'll be finishing Season 8. After that, I'll be headed to New World and plan on making content there. I'm in the middle of my Ultimate Pike Guide, which I'll have finished next week. After that, I'll be working on the Season 8 unit guides. While my greatest and sincerest thanks go out to the staff members who helped in this process, I can't bring myself to support and create content for a company that treats its players this way. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you genuinely think the content I create is worthwhile. This is Ironclad Lion and Ironclad Loba of the NA West cohorts, and I'll see you in the next video.